So this is called After the Row. Has anybody ever had a row with a dearly beloved? Oh, you're all just bloody... Oh, well, you had a row with me, right? So this is called After the Row. Built an overlarge snowman on your front doorstep and hid behind it. Rang your doorbell until you were annoyed by it. Yes, yes, you flung the door open to be confronted with a snowman telling you he loved you, until slowly your heart began to melt. Now, happier days. This is a poem called The About to Happen. And as you can see, it's about to happen to you. This is a new poem, so I'm as new to this poem as you are. I just wrote this morning in the 5 minutes I was getting Jan's tea and breakfast and stuff like that, and I wrote her a poem. I wrote her a poem because it is her birthday to be. On Friday, she will be getting younger and younger and younger, even as we speak. Now, when you're a poet, and it comes to somebody's birthday, it's like being the poet laureate. You're obliged to write a birthday poem. So I always write my birthday poems 6 months before and hide them or something like that. But as it happens, this one was written this morning. It's called The About to Happen, and it's about that first kiss. So this is what it was like inside Jan's mind that first time. The about to happen. A silence had fallen between them, like an invisible snow, little flakes of silence settling on the furniture, the tip of her nose. She closed her eyelids, knowing that if she opened them, she would open them to a room covered in complete silence, like a snow scene on a cheap Christmas card. She felt like a balloon leaving a child's hand, drifting upwards and ever upwards beyond people and trees, until squinting into the sun of evening, you could not see it anymore. Inside her, happiness hummed like a generator kicking in when the lights had gone out. And the silence dissolved into the kiss about to happen. I used to sing to my mother, and Nat King Cole has got a beautiful Japanese version of Autumn Leaves. And she heard that and she loved it. It's a beautiful version. Okinawa, something like that. And she used to love it, and I used to sing it to her in mock Japanese. And she used to say, "You're making it up." And I go, "No, love, I've learned Japanese, studied Japanese since I was a child with Eddie Chauncey." And so all those years I did this 30 years of mock Japanese. And then I actually went and learned the bloody Japanese. And when I learned the Japanese, she wouldn't believe me. And she was dying in hospital. I was singing that to her because it was just a little thing between us. And I said, "Okinawa, Ogagashi," to her. And I said, "Do you remember that, love?" And she said, "I do. You're always such a great big fucking owl Egypt." So, can't do wrong for doing right. This is Jan's other birthday poem. She hasn't heard it yet. It's called Footsteps and Heartbeats. Here in the cuddle, here in the making of a meal or love, here in the countless conversations, idle chit-chats sprinkled throughout our day to day, here in the bric-a-brac of us, we exchange our pasts, memories that made us, the secret facts of us that make us, the we are now, loving each other. The very this and that's that lead me to you and you to I, and I the unwilling to change an iota, an inch, a pain, a loss, a grief, in case my life didn't flow into yours, creating some alternative universe where we would have missed each other by an iota, an inch, a pain, a loss, a grief. Here now, in the here and now of us, the gift of love, given to us that we, like a little flame, carry carefully into the future that awaits us. Each other's gifts, each little flame of love, lighten the way for the other. Footsteps and heartbeats rhyming in time. And I know Jan will say it to me. She'll say, "Oh, you're a terrible, great, big fucking owl." So you can't win. Now, tomorrow we go, after this nice, salubrious evening, we go to a poetry brothel. And we dress up in glad rags and glitter, and we prostitute our poetry, and people pay us money for our poems. And the last time that I went to the poetry brothel, this young lady here, Didi, She wasn't on crutches then, because I broke every bone in her body when she said this to me. She came into a pub and she thought I didn't recognise her, and she said, "Hi, it's me, Liddy, remember from the brothel?" Everybody went, "What?" So, that's a very bad introduction altogether. So I wrote a poem for tomorrow's poetry brothel. And it's no surprise. I was the last poetry battle. Liddy and Jan did a bomb. They made lots of money. They took people into dark corners and read poems to them. And I was in a beautiful black frock, pearls, makeup, lipstick, pink high heels, fishnet stockings. And everybody was afraid to go into a darkened corner with a 17-stone man dressed in a dress. And no, I was a wallflower in the poetry brothel. That was possibly my worst moment altogether. So I wrote a poem, and you can learn some Irish, because it's about an Irish lesson that somebody was given to themselves. It's for Iti, which means little fire in Irish. And she was studying for her Irish orals in her leaving cert, and she went down to the beach and she robbed her mother's vibrator. It was a terrible thing that her mother had a vibrator anyway. That was an amazing thing. And to steal your mother's vibrator was possibly the biggest Catholic sin you could ever do. So that was, and she was teaching herself Irish. So you got to pay attention to the poem, because I will be asking, I'm a teacher, I'll be asking questions later. I'll be asking Eddie, what's the Irish for vagina, Eddie? And you know, you better know by the end of this poem. Because this is one of those poems that tell you a story, but it teaches you something at the same time. It's called Agus Misha Festa ar Pod na Farraga, which means, and myself feasting on the sea's kiss. It was the breast day out, bra and bikini top cast aside, wearing only a fetching combination of sea and sand that was see-through and skin tight, freckles clustered around her nipples, limpets clinging to rocks, and she studying for her Irish orals, the dreaded Mochanealach, the bloody conditional, making her tense, discovering herself on the deliciousness of words. Ha! Brill is clitoris. Oh, that's just brill, she laughed. And fine is, well, vagina. Fine by name, fine by nature. She chuckled to her secret self. And this was just too good. Vibrator is tun crechara, wave machine. Oh, plasgadon, my plasgadon. Oh, orgasm, my orgasm. She mocked Walt Whitman. Now she could come in Irish, going back to her roots. Oh, leave me, Alanin, leave me. Oh, lick me, lover, lick me. She ordered the ocean, the kiss, kiss, kiss of the sea, foaming, frothing between her shivering thighs. Thank you. Now, Eddie, what was the Irish for vagina?
Fine.
Very good.
Oh, well, you remember that, huh? I suppose you couldn't tell me what clitoris is while you're at it. Brill, that's right, okay. Right, after embarrassing poor Eddie, I think it's only fair that...